So this weekend has been a pretty good weekend. In fact, yesterday we got quite a lot more done on the outdoor project. So the new patio that I showed you is so close to completion now. We just went and purchased a gate for sort of closing off the bottom of the steps so that Milo can't get down onto the garden all the time. That sounds probably a little bit mean to some of you, but he's a little dog and he is what we call our vacuum dog, and that is that he actually goes around eating absolutely everything. And when he's on the patio area, any little loose stones, little loose leaves, anything at all, insects, he just goes around and hoovers them up. And when he goes down onto the grass, he does pretty much the same. So any of the sort of clovers that are down there, if he finds a slug, just absolutely anything, again, he eats. And unfortunately, sometimes it gives him an upset tummy. So we wanted really to keep him on the patio area and not have to keep chasing him down onto the grass. Another thing that he does is, because we've got quite a large grass area, when he gets down onto there and we let him have a run around, he's having such a great time that even if you offer him a treat, you end up having to chase him around for ages. Now that's okay if you're having playtime with Milo, but if you're sort of wanting to get on with something and you want him to come in and not get dirty or wet, then that is an issue. So like I say, we chose a gate. I'll show you it when it's actually been installed rather than show you just a gate up against a wall. I'll show you it once the patio area is completed. Now this weekend has also been strange for another reason, and it made me smile when I realised what I'd been doing on the internet this weekend. Let me just explain a little bit, because it's probably not quite as weird as it sounds, but for a long time now I've been publishing videos to YouTube, and my regular sort of product that I would cover on the channel is where something's maybe been sent to me a couple of weeks before it's available for public use, or maybe it's just come out and I've got hold of a product on launch day or very soon after launch day, and then of course I bring you a video about how it performs. And if it's an upgrade from a previous product, I'll mention whether that sort of upgrade is worthwhile. I also get a lot of questions via social networking and email asking, should I upgrade to the latest version of X product? So you might have a Sony RX100 Mark I digital camera, for example, and the Mark II's come out. Should I upgrade to the Mark II? Or the Mark III has now come out. Should I upgrade to the Mark III? Or I've got X version of the MacBook Air, you know, should I buy the latest one? And primarily my advice is that you should really only upgrade if there is either something wrong with the previous generation product, i.e. a fault or an issue, or there was a new feature in the new product which enabled you to do more to increase your either enjoyment or the performance of the machine, something that you really need. I.e. if your current laptop is performing absolutely fine and you're getting everything you need to get done with that particular device, then there's absolutely no need to upgrade. You know, that's what I would term as a waste of money, unless you want that latest one for other means and you've got the funds to do it. You know, it's always nice to have the latest thing. I'd be lying if I said otherwise. So, but anyway, back to why today was weird. So I was on the internet and I was looking at old technology because I wanted to really explore if some of the sort of first generation devices or previous generation devices were actually worthwhile purchasing, because as we all know, when a device has been out for a while, the price drops, and with technology it drops very quickly. And I found myself on the internet looking at some of the older devices that have dropped considerably in price, and I've ordered two products. I've ordered a Blackberry Z10. Yes, I will pause while you gasp with disbelief. I have ordered a Blackberry Z10, and I've ordered that because I had it in for review when it first came out, and I thought it was a very good device. Now it's dropped to under 50% of the original price. It might even be something like 35% of the original price. And I thought, I want to re-explore that. You know, it is a platform that many people sort of don't consider now, but I think it's worthy of taking another look at on the channel. So I've ordered one of those in, And then another device, one that I've never actually covered on the channel, I've talked about it, is the Microsoft Surface. Let me just move a little bit further away because I'm finding that, I digress very, very quickly, I'm finding that the monitors behind me are staying in focus, and even though I've got face tracking switched on the Sony RX100 Mark III, it's focusing in on the monitors instead of me, so I keep going blurred and out of focus, so that's not good. So I've moved forwards a bit more distance behind me now. So back to the subject I was talking about, the other product I've ordered in, the Microsoft Surface Pro. Now, I covered the Surface RT before. I've actually had one of those in. I've looked at a Surface Pro before. Great machine. I didn't get the Pro in. I didn't get the Pro 2 in. The Pro 3 is now due sort of very, very soon in the UK. It's already out in the United States. And I really would like to get a Pro 3 in, but Microsoft generally don't send me review products at the moment, although I have been in contact. Hopefully that will change and I'll be able to bring you some coverage of the Pro 3. But I certainly can't justify, it comes back to this justification thing, I can't justify spending £1,000 on a product to do coverage of and then sell on, because it's something I definitely won't use as a full-time machine. But the original Surface Pro has dropped again considerably to around 35% or maybe 40% of its original price. So I've actually got in, or ordered in, a Core i5 128GB model so that I can bring you some coverage on the channel. And my intention with the Surface Pro is to do some coverage on it and just let you know what I think of it as a device, performance-wise, whether it can be used instead of other tablets, whether it can replace a laptop, etc, etc, whether it could maybe even replace a desktop for some things, which I'm sure it will do. And then my intention is, by the time I finished with my experience with the Surface Pro, which is obviously a justifiable expense, then hopefully by then Microsoft will have arranged to send me the Surface Pro 3, so I can then bring you my opinion on how it's evolved and how it's improved in the third generation of the device. So it's just interesting to look at some of this old technology, and I really am considering continuing doing that on the channel, because even things like the older generation iPods, I've got a really sort of personal interest in those anyway, from an Apple sort of fan type of perspective, where I would like to get in these old devices. I can remember having an iPod Photo, and it was one of the best iPods I had at the time. Obviously by today's standards things moved on to touchscreen devices, but I would love to get one of those in, and I've been looking at things on eBay to try and get some of these older devices in. In fact, you can see just up on the shelf up there, if I can just point to it, just there is my Grandstand Munchman game, which I showed you in another video. And that again was an eBay purchase, and it was something I wanted to experience again. By no means cutting edge technology, but for the time when it was actually released, it was absolutely amazing. So I really want to start looking at some of these older things and enjoying it as well. After all, if I'm not having fun, there's no point in actually creating the videos. And you'll have seen that in my latest 3D printer videos. Sorry to go on about this again, but well, no, I shouldn't need to apologise. I thoroughly enjoyed my first experience with the Ultimaker 2 3D printer, and it's probably the most enjoyment I've had from a piece of technology in a long while, and I think that showed in the video, and I want that to continue. You know, I want to have fun, so it's all about the content, it's all about showing you what I find interesting, and hopefully giving you some insight into what you can look at to increase your enjoyment of technology and gadgets and being a geek as well. So anyway, that I totally waffled on about my weekend. The rest of the weekend has been really enjoyable. Obviously the work's nearing completion, as I mentioned in the first part of the video. Today is actually my wedding anniversary, or my wife and I's wedding anniversary. We have been married 18 years. Wow, it's 18 years has gone by so quickly, and I love her just as much, if not more, than the day we met. In fact, more probably. She's my best friend and obviously my wife as well. And it's been a great day. So I'm sort of ending this video a little bit early because we're going out for an anniversary dinner. But I certainly hope you've had a fantastic weekend too. The weather here has been pretty bad on and off all weekend. It really rained hard today, but the sun has come out now. And as I say, I hope you've had a brilliant weekend too. I hope the weather's not been too bad where you are. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to see another video of mine, please do click the annotation on the top of your screen now. And also, you can click the annotation on the bottom of your screen and subscribe to the Geekanoids channel. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all again next time.